Letterman, Stephen Colbert in the Colbert Report, and Jon Stewart on the Daily Show. These are names that I'm sure a lot of us have either shows that we have watched or heard of. They are called comedy news. And my claim is that comedy news shows do have a political responsibility to have accurate and substantial information because they have an influence on the youth, because they have a political influence on the youth, and youth meaning people ages 18 through 29. TBS, we all know news media, they have an impact on us. As PhD psychologist Melvin DeFleur and Balro Kish, who is a communications director of technology in USC, say, if out of habit or necessity we incorporate the media system as a major vehicle for understanding, then the media system takes on a certain power to influence how we think, feel, and act. Since the media does in fact influence us, it is particularly important for news comedy to recognize that they have a political duty, since it is a rising source for political information for the youth. In 2009, CBS News pointed from the Pew's research that 21% of 18 to 29-year-olds use comedy news as their source for political information for campaigns of 2004. 21% used comedy shows versus 23% for traditional news. And even though 23 is still more than 21, it rose a lot from 2000 to 2009. In the year 2000, only 9% used news comedy as their source of political information, whereas in 2009, it rose to 21%. And it's been 3 years since that research was done, so we can only expect that that trend is still rising, that the youth is still using news comedy for their political information. As another example, in 2010, so just last year, Jon Stewart and Stephen Colbert, they put a rally together called the Rally to Restore Sanity. And although it did not differentiate between political parties, it did have somewhat of a political purpose. And to no surprise, they had 150,000 people turn out, which was actually more than when Obama was running and he was doing rallies. It was more than sometimes Obama got. So that just tells you how much power these comedy news personalities have on the youth of today. So in conclusion, these shows should not change their delivery, for it is the humor that got them the audiences. But what they should do is recognize that they have a political duty to the youth, because we, the youth, are using comedy news to get our political information from them.